Story time. So, very early on in my career, I was a PA, and I was told by my direct superior, who I think was the production office coordinator, that I needed to take a phone to set, which was out in the middle of nowhere, because one of the producers was there and did not have cell phone reception. So I drive an hour out in the middle of nowhere. I park, far away from set because I don't want production sound to pick up the sound of my car driving up. And then I walk maybe a quarter of a mile to base camp. And as I walk up to set, I see a Star trailer, okay, that is rocking back and forth. And as I approach it, I'm half a football field away, I hear someone screaming inside, like full tilt, rage to 11 out of 10, flipping out, screaming, and pounding on the wall of this trailer. So I asked the base camp PA where the producer I need to meet is, and he points at that trailer. Okay, so I have to go inside this trailer. Now I have a decision to make. I can wait outside until the screaming stops, or I can go inside the trailer so that he sees I'm there to trade out his phone. And let me pause to say that here before you now, I am a grown man in his mid-30s, and I have a head that looks like it was born to headbutt people. But at this time, I was like a skinny kid in my early 20s. So I decide to go in the trailer, and the producer is flipping out. I'm talking about one of the most sustained, full tilt, 11 out of 10 displays of anger I've ever seen in my life. Like just flipping out, screaming into this phone that he is insisting is not working. Now, I grew up with brothers and a dad, and I played football, so, men yelling in general is not something that really got under my skin. So I just sat there and watched him scream like a fool into the phone, trying to get something that he wanted, and I just stood there and waited for him to finish, and he got off the phone and looked at me. And I just gave him a smirk, probably very similar to the one I'm giving you right now. And he smiled back at me because he saw that it did not bother me. And I think he knew that no amount of yelling was really going to bother me. But what I saw was that the yelling was an act. It was this producer's attempt to project power over whoever he was talking to. And I just didn't buy that act. And he immediately saw that I didn't buy it. And it was fine. We had a normal conversation. I swapped out his phone, said thanks, and left. Later on, I ended up getting a big promotion on that movie. But here's the interesting part. I later found out that one of my friends was his ex-wife, and she gave me a bunch of info on him. And I asked her, what is his deal? What is he trying to accomplish by yelling like that? She told me he wanted to be a director. And surprise, he's never directed anything, and he hasn't produced anything since. So you need to treat people well because they will choose not to work with you in the future.